Hi, let me welcome you to Industrial Organization and Public Policy, Economics 275, Business 275. I'm Chuck Stull. I've been teaching at K College for about 24 years. My background is in economics, and industrial organization was my major field, so that makes this one of my favorite classes. Now, this is a class that I taught in the spring, so we do have a solid asynchronous backbone that's available on Moodle. So I will have videos and quizzes and assignments that you will be doing for each week on Moodle. But one thing that was missing in the spring was the synchronous element, and so we are going to have distanced meetings, video meetings, using Microsoft Teams throughout the quarter. And those will be meeting at our regularly scheduled class time, 2:45 to 4 o'clock, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We may not meet every single one of those days, and sometimes we'll meet in smaller groups, but those are the times you should reserve for this class. Let me say a couple words about the name industrial organization. Now, in economics, industrial organization is not the same as it is in psychology or in civil engineering. So you may have friends at major universities who are taking industrial organization classes but are looking at courses with completely different themes, completely different topics that just share the same name. Perhaps a more clear name for this course would be the structure of American industry, and that's frequently a name that's used. In Great Britain, this would be known as industrial economics. And industrial organization is closely related to strategy that would be covered in MBA courses and MBA research. Essentially, industrial organization studies imperfect competition, so moving beyond the simple supply and demand curve. And there's two main approaches to this field. One is applied microeconomic theory, lots of equations, lots of models, and the other is industry studies. And our class is going to take the industry study approach. Now, we will incorporate some theory in order to understand the world, but we'll be looking at the history of several major industries: agriculture, oil, automobile industry, telecommunications and computers, and the beer industry. Public policy is going to be industry-focused as well. Most of our public policy will be looking at antitrust, and we'll have a whole segment on antitrust. We'll talk on a little around economic regulation. Given the current administration, we need to talk about international trade policy and its impact on industries, although the techniques of that, the real detailed models of that, I'll leave to Patrick Hultberg in his international trade courses. And we may talk about industrial subsidies where they were important for some of our industries. The textbook we'll be using is by James Brock. It's The Structure of American Industry. It is now in its 13th edition. If you can find a 12th edition, that's going to be fine. It'll be just a little bit out of date, but the main elements will still be there. If you don't have the book already, it is available as an ebook. You can get it for around $26 from Amazon, Chegg, or the K College bookstore. If you're still looking for a physical copy, I would point you towards the K College bookstore because Amazon had it backed up a couple months, which will essentially put it arriving after the end of the quarter. So I'm really happy that you chose this class and happy that you'll be in it this term. Our first synchronous meeting, our first video class, will be on Monday at 2:45. So I look forward to seeing you there, and I hope you have a good weekend until then. If you have any questions, do feel free to email or get in touch with me, and I'd be happy to answer whatever I can. Take care.